I'll call the February 9th, 2022 Town Board meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll need a motion for the approval of the minutes from January 12th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from January 12th, 2022.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the January 12th meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Treasurer's report.
I'll review the January financial statement. Beginning balance of checking is $79,577. We had expenses of $35,868. Revenue of $32,767 for an ending balance of $76,475. Our UBS funds went down a little bit to $486,282. Expenses are basically flat. We did have snow plowing was higher this year, but legal was down, and the voting machine expense moved to February, so that's why it was flat. And then revenue was up because we had our tax levy disbursement hit in January instead of December. We should be getting fuel tax next month. So I updated all the fund balances on the bottom, so that reflect our 22 budget. That should all be updated. The surplus is all updated. So that's it for that part. You should all get your W-2s tonight. I filed those last month. And then for March, we'll be filing the county, basically our annual financial statement. So I'll do that in the next few weeks. And we also had our Board of Audit. I don't know if you want to talk about that later, but we prepared a draft budget for the annual meeting.
Do you want to talk about it later, or do you want to talk about it now? Do we want to talk about it?
We don't have to, and we'll cover it.
We'll cover it in the
at the
meeting.
annual board meeting in detail. So
Yeah, and that's a month away.
that's a month out. Yep.
Okay,
So
thanks, Scott.
you're welcome.
Need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for January 2022.
Ms. Dick, I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Let's pay some bills.
Ms. Dick, I make a motion, we pay bills 20 through 31 for a total of $16,381.48.
This is Dan. I second that to pay $16,381.48.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the bills. Any questions? So number 30, I'll just briefly give a update on that. So that is the snowplow that we purchased for John Buell. And last week, Andy stopped by the house and we got everything squared away with the title, the lien on the title, and we got the check the day after. So that worked out good. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, reports of committees, meetings, and events. Planning Commission report. We've all seen it. I think it was well done. Left us some things to think about, but we'll move on. Next Planning Commission meeting, Monday, March 7th at 6:30. Next Town Board meeting, Wednesday, March 9th at 7 p.m. The annual town meeting is Tuesday, March 8th at 7 PM. And that's on our website. Okay, thank you. Unfinished business, police contract for 2023. So what do we want to talk about there?
Should we tell them what's happened up to date?
Yeah,
Okay, want me to do that, or you want to do
sure,
that?
go ahead.
Okay, police contract for 2023. It's been beat around for several years whether they keep using St. Paul Park's Police Department or use the county. Okay, St. Paul Park is currently costing us about $90,000 a year. Long story short, the township don't have enough revenue coming in to maintain its roads and pay $90,000 a year to St. Paul Park for police. And it's got nothing to do with the quality of the police, what they do for us, or nothing like that. As far as I know, everybody's been perfectly happy with St. Paul Park Police. The chief has come and talked to us when we want. She's met with us when we want. Absolutely, I want that perfectly clear. It's nothing against St. Paul Park Police. It's strictly a monetary thing. So Cheryl sent out, 6-8 weeks ago, with the newsletter, a questionnaire, what residents wanted to do, and what the numbers come back, Cheryl?
24 residents in favor of switching to the sheriff's office, which is no cost. And then 2 people opposed and 1 person indifferent.
Okay. So, maybe back up here. St. Paul Park charges $90,000 a year, roughly. It's somewhere around there. And the county has to provide police protection for free. So really, right now, we're paying for police protection twice. We're paying for it through our county property taxes, and then we turn around and pay St. Paul Park $90,000. So we're kind of getting a double whammy there. And I'll add this, I was around when we used to have our own policemen. Great Cloud had their actual own squad car and policemen. And when we went to St. Paul Park, a lot of people thought the end of the road was going to come, and nothing ever happened. So anyway, and we don't want to wait later to make a decision on this. We want to make it tonight, because I think last year we talked about this, and we kind of decided to go with the county, tentatively anyway. We called the county, and they said, we need a bigger notice than this. We called them like in April or something like that. We need to know earlier, so when we do our budgeting for the year, we can, basically the sheriff wants to ask the county board for more money is what it amounts to. So that's why we're doing it tonight. There was a suggestion last month, why don't you wait and do this at the annual meeting? Well, Dick Adams brought that up, and we said no, because we wait till the annual meeting, and then we call them, we're going to get the same thing back. You're too late, it costs us another $90,000 to wait a month. So, any questions on that?
So that wouldn't change until 23, correct?
Yeah, right, it changed 2023. We're locked into St. Paul Park. Well, as far as we know, I mean, I guess if we didn't pay him, we'd be out of the contract, but that's really not the right thing that's not the right thing to do.
We also did a deep dive on the road repair forecast, and even when we look at it in multiple different ways, it does look like we need to put in at least $20,000 a year more to cover the next 10 years of road repairs. At one point we're talking $40,000 a year more. Even if we try this for 2 years, we'd be able to bump up the road and bridge fund. And if the service wasn't what we were expecting, or there's a noticeable drop off, we could revisit that. The board can revisit that at that point.
So,
Well, then
do we want to do it right now?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so I'll make a motion, we contact the county and tell them we want to use their services in 2023 and notify St. Paul Park that we will be stopping their services, and write them a thank you letter of, that we've been happy with their service, and explain to them why. I think they know anyway. Just so they're clear, it's nothing to do with quality of service.
I will second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded to change our police protection from St. Paul Park to the county. And with that other stuff that
Yeah.
you said. Is there any questions on that right now?
That'd be beginning January of 2023.
Hearing no questions, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did you get that? Okay. Short-term rental ordinance, we're still going back a little bit back and forth on this right now. I think we're gonna need a little time to absorb the latest concerns. So I think we should just leave this on unfinished business for now, so we have a little chance to talk about it.
I agree with that. I've gotten several emails from the landowners, the actual property owners in question, neighboring property owners that aren't neighboring property owners. Gotten quite a slew of them. So I'd sooner kick this down the road for another month and what's first, our annual meeting or the? Annual meetings first. Maybe we can get some more input at the annual meeting. Because there's people on both sides of the fence. Some think it's good, some think it's bad. Some don't like this, some like that. So it's kind of nice. Gotten a lot of input in the last 4 days.
So they're all on the planning commission. I didn't hear anything from anybody else.
I got stuff from other
Did you?
people, yeah,
Okay.
yep, yeah. So,
Was it positive or negative?
depends which way you look at it.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Is there a way, I didn't see, other than planning commission stuff, is there other stuff is there a way that we can all see that?
Yeah, I
As long
only
as,
got a couple.
like,
Well,
I know-
Gordy's one of them, he ain't on the
Yep,
planning
no,
commission.
I've gotten stuff from him, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Got one from Cheryl.
I just wanna make sure if somebody's getting feedback, we're all getting the same stuff, so we can all,
Right.
Okay.
you know.
Right.
I'll send you the stuff I got. I think you probably got most of it anyway. but-
Cheryl, did you send me everything? Okay. Well, I got it all.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Let's set the date to resume the AI variance hearing. Tom, is there anything you're anxious about? Can you come up here a sec? Yeah. Is there anything you're anxious about right now with the plant? I mean, we told you you can go, you can work.
No, yes, if we,
We're not gonna hold you up.
we'll continue on with our annual permit process.
Okay,
Need to get that here in front of you for the next, probably for the next meeting, Patty, no? Yes. So
Okay.
we'll have that prepared for the next meeting. We'll go from there.
thank you. So, when do you wanna set this date?
When do we have to set it? We got some timelines in this. So we don't void our, what do you call it, legal duties as to holding them up and then it's automatically granted.
Did we receive like an exact map of this variance? Of what this one exactly
it-
entails, or is it still
It's
just kind of?
been a
vague?
while. I don't think we've gotten anything as accurate as we had 2 years ago.
We can get you that.
Could you give me that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tom, as long as you brought that up, you called me and you were gonna send me the stuff our attorney was looking for. And you never sent it, and then I sent Cassie an email because I didn't have your email to forward to you. Did she forward you that?
Yep,
Okay.
we've got them reviewing it, as soon as we get the thumbs up, we'll send you an email.
Okay.
Anything else, Dave?
Well, we gotta figure out the date. I don't wanna miss the date, because if we miss it, it's automatically granted.
Is that something that should be consulted with the township attorney when the last possibly would be?
We might have to unless Cheryl can figure it out.
I think we'll have to.
It's like the week of March 20th. But is there any reason we can't do it the end of this month?
You know, why don't you check with David when he wants to do it?
And it might be the next meeting.
Yeah. Because we have to post it anyway. We really, as far as I know, wouldn't have to announce
Well,
it at this
We
meeting.
wouldn't have to post it. We just have to let AI know it's next month.
Well, it's a variance hearing, so it's a public hearing, so it's gonna have to be posted in the paper, correct?
Well, it originally was.
Oh,
I would feel better about posting and publishing it,
Okay,
just to be on the safe side.
that's fine.
But you can still do it at the end of this month.
Well, I would sooner have you check with him because he's working on different things,
Oh, okay,
you know.
okay,
I don't want to step on his toes.
okay,
I think we can legally do that. We don't have to announce the time tonight because we don't know.
okay.
And when you find out, it's a published in the paper
Right.
notice anyway.
Right. Okay,
I would suggest if we can, have it at the next town board meeting, the hearing.
the same night.
Sure.
Okay, will do.
That would be, that'd be the same night you
The-
presenting it.
That'd be the ninth. Oh, well, I don't think it matters, because that administrative permit would be part of the agenda of the meeting. We would probably have the variance meeting just before.
Do you want the variance hearing then at 6? Is an hour enough time? Are you gonna be able to make a decision?
Well, as long as
What-
we don't have 12 people from aggregate there.
Well, they already made their presentation.
Yes, they did. And-
Why don't you check with David when he wants to do it, when he's available too?
Well, I will. I'll see
Yeah.
if he's available that day.
Yeah.
I would prefer to do it the same night.
Right. Is an hour enough time?
It should be, I mean, we'd be done with the annual meeting's done the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we'll have anything glaring looking at us.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And I talked about the snowplow already. We're on to new business. CUP renewal for Jaws, Paws, and Claws. Is that yours?
That'll end.
Oh, Lynn, that's right, it's yours, I'm sorry. I read it in the meeting minutes and I spaced it out, I'm sorry. Okay, we've got recommendation from Planning Commission to approve Lynn's CUP renewal. Make a motion to approve that renewal.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we have these two resolutions. Do we have them here? So these two resolutions are one for reestablishing our polling precinct and polling place. So it's here at the town hall. Do you want me to read it? Because I really don't want to read it. Here, I'll read the first paragraph. Whereas the boundaries of Great Cloud Island Township, which consist of the territory of Great Cloud Island Township, remain unchanged following state legislative redistricting. The town board hereby reestablishes this precinct with those boundaries as required by Minnesota Statute 204B.14, subdivision 3C. And there's more, but I'm fine with that one.
Well, I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 2022-02,
I'll second
the one you
that.
just read.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say
Aye.
Aye.
aye. Aye. This other one is a little longer. And this is regarding the American Rescue Plan Act, HR 1319, commonly known as ARPA. And we talked about this in fair depth last month. Cheryl and I attended the meeting, and all of the things we were told in that meeting means that we can use this, all of these whereases, we can use that for roads, we can use that for other repairs, we can use it for a lot of things. We can use it for almost anything we would ever do, which is a good thing. And it's, where was that dollar figure? It was like 32,000, where did that go?
That's right.
32,000, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, there's a pile of whereases, I don't wanna read, but I'll give you this very first. Oh, whereas ARPA modifies provisions of Title 6 of the Social Security Act 42, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to many other whereases. You know, it was 19, I don't think I'm
Yeah,
saying
can I
that right.
inter-
Is that 19 billion?
It's a whole bunch, yeah.
That's, yeah.
Thousands, million, billion. Yeah, 19 billion, 530 million. We
And
get-
that
we
was
get that much.
to offset the costs of, you know, certainly 2020 with COVID and, you know, it's still going on, so,
Can I interject?
yeah.
What I read on the thing was, they give you the money, but the towns have to pass a resolution what they're doing with it.
Well, they just have to, all they have to do is say, we're using this money. If it's
Yeah,
$20,000 in street work,
Yep.
we're using this money.
and that's what our
We're
resolution does.
using this ARPA
Yeah.
funds. That's all we
Yeah.
have to say.
And we stole the thing out of Minnesota Association of Townships, that
Yeah.
was their recommendation to use that.
Yeah, yeah, they
We
told
didn't
us,
come up with this on our
they
own.
told us to do it. So do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to adopt resolution 2022-03.
I'll
Sec-
second.
go ahead, yep.
Dan seconded it. Motion's been made and seconded to pass resolution 2022-03. All in favor, say aye.
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 So do I need to note that on the financial statement, like set it aside? Or can it
Only
just be part of
If we
the,
use it for that.
it's just
once
sitting,
we
it's
do
just
it.
sitting and checking right now? With all the other funds that we
We
have.
don't have that.
We have half of it.
We don't, we have half of it. Right.
Didn't you say, Sharon, we can just put it in general revenue?
Right, it should
earmark
just
it.
go in the
Yeah,
general purpose fund,
Burn it up first on
We
the
can
roads.
use it for anything.
regardless of what you use it for. They said even if you're gonna use it for roads, you don't have to move it from general purpose to road and bridge.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can just use it.
Do we have
out
to
of-
track or report on it?
I have to report, yeah, I'll have to report whether we used anything in April. And then I think it gets reported on again in 2023 and 2024.
Okay, all right.
There were more criteria to it when I seen that thing online, but they said, the Minnesota Association of Townships said, no township in the state got enough money to worry about that.
That's what I was thinking, but
Yeah.
you never know. Okay, thank you.
Bigger fish to fry.
Now we're on to other.
Well, we are done with our business tonight.
Well, I got one another. Cable man, give us a
Adjourn.
report where we are in cable. Is that a dead deal or we,
Yeah, that's pretty much dead.
okay.
We can, I mean, have we gotten a new price from Comcast to do anything? Yeah, I don't, with now that we can use this ARPA money to put into our roads, that's better serves the community versus trying to burn up 50 grand on Geneva getting cable.
Okay.
So I don't think we're gonna see match play or any of that stuff. The other residents down there are getting Starlink. I'll probably
Okay.
end up getting Starlink.
Okay.
I think there's better use of the funds for that serve the whole community versus just, yeah, chasing that pipe dream.
Okay. So that cable you got running from your house behind my woods or my house
You
is
might see
going?
it tapped into your
The
house.
one
one
goes
of these
through the
days, but-
trees and,
Yeah.
yeah, don't say it.
Here's what happened originally, just so, it's information for you people. When this thing first came out, the only thing we were eligible to spend it on in our township was broadband extension. The only place that didn't have broadband was Geneva, our street. Went to my house, didn't make it to Dan's next door. So we're thinking, well, how can we get it down the street? Well, we tried to deal with Comcast for what, a year?
Yeah,
And they kind of just kept
It was 150,000 or
Yeah, they want more money
130,000
than,
for
it's
4 houses.
unbelievable what they wanted. So now we can spend that money on anything so we can still use the funds, so. Now we're done.
No, I have a real quick one. So I have put in an application for an opening on the watershed district. And, you know, I don't know how these things work with the watershed district, but if that opening stays open, then they might ask me to be on it. I don't know,
Good.
you know. Yeah, I know. So,
We should pass a resolution supporting you to send to the county commissioners. Because they appoint them.
oh,
Yeah, I know he was.
I don't know. So,
County commissioners appoint people on
I
Mike?
thought it was up to like what's his name? The guy that works there for him.
it. Oh,
What,
Matt Moore?
Matt Moore.
No,
County
No.
commissioners do.
he's administrator, but he don't appoint the committee members.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows how it works.
Yeah. Well, no, because
And
before,
one of the things, this is a little bit selfish, but, no, for my perspective. We have a lot of our university property in watersheds, and the toughest one for us is the one at the Arboretum in Chaska. And because they're rebuilding the freeway, they're rebuilding all these other things, and they're on our property doing, I mean, it's just crazy, because they can't work on our property, you know? And it's a real mess. That one's a real mess. That's the Minnehaha watershed district, Chanhassen, Chaska, those areas. And I need to know how the stuff works,
yeah.
you know? But I don't know, is there, could you two just send them a note?
I'd like to see it come through the township that that,
I think Polto's pretty tight with Matt Moore.
Well, if you
Yeah.
think it's the county commissioner, so you're saying it's Dwayne Johnson?
yeah, yeah.
Do you want to send, you want me
Yeah.
to send a letter to
We could-
Dwayne?
Yeah,
Maybe we
I-
all sign it or something, throw something together. and
I
let's
can
let
send it on
others-
email and just
Yeah.
sign all of you.
Okay, let's do
Well,
that.
let's do this. I'll make a motion that the.
Because I think it'd be a really good idea for somebody here to be on that.
I'll make a motion that town board unanimously supports Paul Schonecker to be appointed to the South Washington County Watershed. Second
I
that,
approve
Olman.
that, I second that.
Okay.
Do I, is this self-serving? Yeah, I have to abstain. So one of you two
2
has,
out of 3 voted. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There.
well, thank you guys.
Don't tell him you know me.
Keep
Well,
Polto.
he's gonna know I know you. I was the first one out in the boat with you.
That's right, yeah. Anything else?
All right. I don't have anything else.
Anything from the public, people?
Anybody from this wonderful crowd? This is the shortest meeting we've had
Months.
since.
We need a motion
Since I've
to
been on it.
adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion
You gotta
made to
vote.
adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.